Welcome back to Historic Coin Empire, the ultimate destination for coin lovers, treasure hunters, and anyone fascinated by the possibility that ordinary pocket change can hold extraordinary value. And today we are exploring the astonishing story and compelling possibilities behind a 2018 1-cent coin that some collectors believe could command an unbelievable price of $9 million because of rare mint errors, production mistakes, and highly unusual circumstances that transformed a common modern penny into a potential multimillion-dollar prize. And while the vast majority of 2018 pennies are worth only 1 cent, the fascinating world of numismatics teaches us that rarity is not always about mintage numbers alone, but often about the convergence of dramatic minting errors, exceptional preservation, and intense collector demand. To understand how such a valuation could even be imagined, we first need to appreciate the history and evolution of the Lincoln cent. Originally introduced in 1909 to honor the 100th anniversary of the birth of Abraham Lincoln and designed by Victor David Brenner, making it the first circulating United States coin to feature a real historical figure rather than a symbolic figure. And since that historic debut, the cent has undergone numerous design updates, metal composition changes, and mint mark variations while remaining one of the most widely produced coins by the United States Mint. By 2018, the obverse still featured the familiar portrait of Lincoln, while the reverse displayed the Union Shield design that had replaced the Lincoln Memorial in 2010, symbolizing Lincoln's preservation of the Union. And these coins were primarily struck in copper-plated zinc planchets composed of 97.5% zinc with a thin copper layer, weighing approximately 2.5 grams, produced in enormous quantities at facilities such as Philadelphia and Denver, meaning that on the surface there was nothing obviously rare about a 2018 cent. Yet within the complexity of high-speed industrial coin production, where massive presses strike planchets under tremendous pressure hundreds of times per minute, even the most advanced quality control systems cannot guarantee absolute perfection, and when extraordinary errors slip through and survive in pristine condition, they can create numismatic legends. One of the most dramatic possibilities behind a $9 million 2018 cent would be a unique off-metal error, where a blank intended for another denomination or even a foreign coin accidentally entered the cent production line and was struck with Lincoln cent dies, creating a coin of incorrect composition, diameter, and weight. And if laboratory testing confirmed that such a coin was struck on a silver dime planchet or a manganese brass blank intended for a different coin series, the sheer uniqueness of that mistake could ignite intense bidding among elite collectors, especially if it were the only known example from that year. Another potential factor is a spectacular double die error, occurring when the die itself receives multiple misaligned impressions during its creation, resulting in visible doubling of letters, numbers, or design elements. And while minor doubling is relatively common, a bold, unmistakable double die on a 2018 cent showing dramatic separation in the date or inscriptions such as Liberty and I in God We Trust could immediately capture national attention if found in flawless mint state condition. Equally compelling is the possibility of a mule error, an extremely rare event in which two dies not intended to be paired are used together, perhaps combining a standard Lincoln obverse with an experimental reverse design or an unintended denomination die. And although mule errors are rare in modern coinage due to strict die tracking procedures, history has proven they can and do occur, and when they do, they are often considered crown jewels of modern collecting. The 2018 cent could also become extraordinarily valuable if struck multiple times in a dramatic misalignment, creating overlapping images or a ghosted effect that clearly demonstrates multiple strikes at different angles, particularly if the coin somehow escaped the mint's rejection process and entered circulation unnoticed. Collectors also pay close attention to broadstrike errors, which occur when a coin is struck without the restraining collar that normally shapes its edge, resulting in a wider diameter and distorted design. And when combined with off-center striking where part of the design is missing but the full date remains visible, the coin can become a visually stunning anomaly highly sought after by error enthusiasts. Another intriguing possibility is a transitional metal error, where planchets made from an experimental alloy or leftover stock from a different production batch are struck with current year dies, and if metallurgical analysis revealed a 2018 cent composed of a composition inconsistent with official specifications such as an unusually high copper content or a completely different metallic signature, it could represent a rare testing anomaly that commands extraordinary premiums. Die breaks and cuds also contribute to potential value, particularly when a large piece of the die fractures and leaves a raised unstruck area on the coin surface, and while small die cracks are common, a massive retained cud that dramatically alters Lincoln's portrait or obscures part of the Union Shield while preserving the rest of the coin in pristine condition could generate immense collector excitement. Rotated die errors present another opportunity for rarity, especially if the reverse is rotated a full 180 degrees relative to the obverse, far exceeding mint tolerances, creating a striking visual effect when the coin is flipped, and when such a rotation is paired with additional anomalies such as a clipped planchet where part of the blank was missing before striking, the uniqueness increases exponentially. Proof coins mistakenly released into circulation represent yet another pathway to extreme value, because proof cents are struck with specially polished dies and planchets to create mirror-like fields and frosted devices, intended for collectors rather than everyday commerce. And if a 2018 proof cent escaped its packaging and entered circulation, especially if combined with a minting error such as a partial blockage or off-center strike, it would create a hybrid rarity that could spark bidding wars among advanced collectors. Blockage errors themselves are fascinating events that occur when a previously struck coin sticks to the die and impresses a mirrored ink use image onto the next planchet. And although modern minting equipment includes safeguards to prevent such occurrences, they are not impossible, and a full blockage on a 2018 cent in near-perfect condition would be a major discovery. Beyond the physical characteristics of the coin, provenance can significantly amplify value, meaning that if documentation linked a particular 2018 cent to a known mint incident, equipment malfunction, or internal production anomaly reported during that year, collectors might attach immense historical significance to the piece, transforming it from a simple error into a documented artifact of mint history. Condition plays a crucial role as well, because coins graded at the highest levels such as mint state 70 are virtually flawless under magnification. And if a unique 2018 cent error were authenticated and graded at the very top of the scale while being the only known specimen of its kind, the combination of condition rarity and error rarity could push valuations into extraordinary territory. The psychology of scarcity drives much of the rare coin market, as collectors compete for pieces that no one else can obtain, and when only one or two examples are known worldwide, the desire to own that singular item can drive prices far beyond standard guidebook estimates. Investors increasingly view rare coins as tangible assets that combine historical appeal with limited supply, and when global wealth converges on a single extraordinary specimen, auction records can be shattered. The 2018 cent's modern status also adds intrigue, because collectors often assume that only old coins can be valuable, yet modern errors demonstrate that even recent issues can become legendary under the right circumstances, reminding us that rarity is not defined by age alone but by uniqueness and demand. Collectors examining 2018 cents should look for anomalies such as unusual weight discrepancies indicating wrong planchet strikes, visible doubling in lettering, distorted rims suggesting collar malfunctions, split planchet errors where layers of metal separate before or after striking, and subtle design differences that might indicate an unrecorded hub variation. Advanced diagnostic tools, including digital microscopes and precise scales, can reveal hidden characteristics invisible to the naked eye, and when such findings align with authenticated mint errors rather than post-mint damage, the numismatic significance becomes undeniable. Market dynamics also influence potential valuations, because it only takes two determined collectors to push a coin to unprecedented heights in a competitive auction environment, and if those bidders believe the 2018 cent represents a once-in-a-lifetime acquisition, the final hammer price could astonish the world. Stories of extraordinary coin discoveries often begin with ordinary circumstances, such as a roll searcher examining bank-wrapped pennies or a curious individual noticing something unusual in spare change.